Contrary to the most popular belief, narcissists are stupid in a lot of ways. People like to think, oh, they are clever, they're intelligent to a certain degree. But if you know what you're doing, if you know how to play the game, you'll always remain two steps ahead. Now, you may say, why play the game? Why not just leave? It's not always possible to leave, it's not that easy. In some situations, you have to put up with their behavior. And in such circumstances, if you know what buttons to push, they won't be able to overpower you. I'm Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Today's topic is 5 shocking signs you have trained a narcissist to behave as you wish. If that sounds interesting and you want to know what these signs are, stay until the very end and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Before getting started with number one, I want to make it very clear training a narcissist to behave as per your wish has nothing to do with becoming a controlling person or a narcissist yourself. It has nothing to do with copying their evil traits. It's all about saving yourself from their further abuse and keeping them at an arm's length at all times. Behavior number one, you have mastered the art of using their emotions against them. You very well know how to elicit a desirable emotional response that will get them to behave the way you want them to behave. Let's say it's a narcissist who is not leaving you alone, who's constantly in your face, texting you, hoovering you, and you have tried to set boundaries, but it does not work. The more you resist, the worst it gets. Why? Well, the bigger the challenge, the better the thrill. So you pull a total 180. What you do is you tell them, oh, I'm still stuck with you. I do not know how to move on. It's so difficult. I keep thinking about you and I miss you, so on and so forth. In this situation, you know that narcissist very well. You know what the outcome is going to be. You can predict it. And what does that narcissist do? They stop coming after you. Why? Well, you are readily available. You can be accessed at any time, which is boring to them. You're supposed to give them a chase. You're supposed to be a challenge because it's their own abandonment trauma that they are reenacting. If you become that person who they do not have to come after, who they do not have to look for, they could possibly leave you alone. Now, am I saying it will work in all situations? Of course not. On a case to case basis, it depends on the type of narcissist you're dealing with, the emotions that can be triggered, the things they respond to, and how they behave in a general way. Example number two, let's say your narcissist is driven by vanity. They want their children to go to the best school, or they want their children to be best at academics and great at sports. Now, you want your child to go to a particular school. You know, if you were to present that as an option or as your choice, you are going to get nothing but resistance. They'll say, no, no. They will send the child to any school, but not the one of your choice. So, what do? You set them up. First, you make it about the child. You could say, Matthew and me, we were looking at this list of schools in this county, in this state. We came up with a few. And this teacher, I can't tell you who is in charge of sports. Oh, they're so known. They have won so many trophies. I only wonder how better our son will perform if he goes to so and so school and what that will mean to us as his parents. You have to induce a trance. You have to tap into the fantasy of that narcissist so that you trigger their delusions of grandeur. You have to make it about their ego, not take it personally, not fight them over it. You know, if you were to present it that way, the likelihood of them accepting it as your choice is going to be really high. That is, if you're able to do these things and play these games, that's when you know you have mastered the art of using their narcissistic emotions against them. The third example of the same behavior could be, let's say you want to go on a vacation, but you cannot decide the place. If you say, oh, let's go to that place, you're going to get a big no. So what do? You make it about the child and say, oh, Jana and me, we were looking at the list and this is what we came up. And you will put everything, every place in the list that you like. And you are going to present or glorify each place and maybe slightly and subtly devalue the place you do not want to go to. You secretly choose a place that you know and you devalue the place in a way that will appeal to their narcissistic mind. You have to ask yourself, how would they define a place, a vacation spot as great? What needs to be there? So that's what you will associate with that place. Or what will make them hate the other places? Sign number two, you know how to condition their behavior. There's a concept of drip supply, which I further discuss in my signature program called Master Co-Parenting with a Narcissist. If you want to check it out, click the I button above or the link in the description. Drip supply is all about giving them supply one drop at a time. You cannot be available all the time. They say placate the narcissist ego. But if you do it all the time, what will they come for? If it is free flow, of course they will lose interest. You have to give it one drop at a time so they keep missing it and they come back. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want that narcissist to behave in a desirable way and you have chosen to give them drip supply. You have chosen to condition their behavior. What will you do? When they are acting really badly, when they're abusing you, when they're harassing you, you will take away the most important thing from them, which in most of the cases is your presence. That is what is precious to them. They want you to listen, they want you to defend yourself, they want you to be impacted and hurt. Basically, you will stop supply. How? By grey rocking in the most absolute way. What is that? Responding in a couple of words, sometimes using only a single word. For example, yeah, maybe, no, I will think about it. Oh, okay, I see, it's great, something like that, so that they can feel your absence. Body wise, what you could do is you could also remain disconnected and dissociated, like not making eye contact, not smiling at them, not acknowledging their presence. It's called stonewalling. You will do counter stonewalling, and your stonewalling is going to be an intentional one. What will that do? That will clearly signal to their brain, oh, if I behave this way, I'm not going to get supply. Then, out of their narcissistic, hypocritic nature, what will they do? They will start behaving nicely. That is when you have to acknowledge them. That's when you have to smile. That's when you have to nod your head. And that's when you have to appear more welcoming of them, hoping that that is going to do the work of operant conditioning. If you know about Pavlov's dog and the bell ringing, it's the same thing. You're only giving them the stimulus, you're only giving them supply when they're behaving in a desired way that will ultimately program them to be less reactive and less abusive. Sign number three, you know exactly how to use their image and reputation against them. Let's say you want certain decisions to be made for your child, okay? And you know that narcissist is not going to easily agree with you. They're going to do the opposite. So instead of presenting them as your demands, you have to set the ground first. You have to lay the foundation. And how can you do so? Oh, it's all about the child and their welfare. And then you have to subtly suggest or insinuate without clearly saying it that you as a parent would always put them first, put the child first, because that they are your biggest priority. Now, you're not saying you're a great parent, you're an amazing father. You're saying something that is a universal truth. For any parent, the child is the biggest priority. It is a universal truth. They cannot deny it. You're not making it up. You're not saying, oh, you are a great father, you're this, you're that, you're a great mother. What you're saying is, oh, this is what you will do. Now, how will that make them do what you want to do? They want to be seen that way. They want to be seen as a great, amazing parent who is better than you when it comes to parenting, when it comes to choosing the welfare of their children over their needs. So that is how you lay the foundation, kind of insinuating that you will do what is best for them. And then you will suggest what is best for your child. Like, let's say you suggest a piano class that they should go to, the benefits, how that would help the child to develop into a better person. And when you present it in front of the legal system, the court, or whosoever may be in charge, they will be forced to reinforce that image by agreeing to your demands, even when they may not want to do so. Similarly, you can say things like, oh, I really wonder how that would look on us as parents, or how that will be seen, because you are known for your rational and sound judgment. I wonder what your office people will say if they were to see you or hear you talking like this. To tap into that shame driven people, they do not want to be exposed like that. When others are watching, they want to be seen in the most ideal way. So you trigger that shame whenever possible. Remember the first point, using their emotions against them to elicit a decent behavior. Sign number 4, you have mastered the art of finding out the narcissist's truth. What do I mean by that? Well, whenever a narcissist tells you something, you do not believe it as it is said. You understand that if you want to know truth in any situation where a narcissist is involved, you believe the opposite of what they say. So if they say, you are a horrible human being, you're a bad parent, you don't go and defend yourself. You don't do that. Yes, of course, you document it, but you believe the opposite. Oh, I must be doing something really great for them to get so triggered. Oh, I'm not horrible. I know I am doing the right thing. I know I am properly bonding with our child and they're becoming healthy. That is what is bothering you. Oh, you're failing at alienating my daughter from me. I see what's happening, but I won't tell you that. I know your game. If I want to know what exactly you are up to, I will listen to your accusations. I'll see what you are blaming me for having done or for doing, because that is either what you will do or you have done. This is called negative documentation. Whenever they blame you for doing something, whenever they accuse you, you take that information. Instead of defending yourself, you go and look for proof. Okay, now that he has said that, she has said that, where do I find the proof? They must have done it. That is mastering the whole dialogue. You know how to break through that narrative, how to dissect it to get the information that only works for you. You need to understand these kind of skills are really advanced in nature and takes a lot of time and tons of emotional regulation to get to this point where you can almost puppeteer a narcissist only to save yourself. Sign number 5. This one is super important. You have empowered your children, if they're involved, to take a stand for yourself. Unfortunately, many experts on narcissism will tell you, oh, you need to hide the truth from your children. Oh, they cannot be told what they're dealing with. I believe the opposite, because sooner or later they are going to find it out. It's better that it comes out of your mouth. Well, you do not have to tell them, oh, your father or mother is a narcissist. You don't necessarily have to use that word. But when your child or when your children come to you and ask you, oh, what about this behavior? Or I felt really bad when my dad or mom called me this. Instead of saying, oh, they must have been angry or hungry, they love you in their own way. That's justification. What you would do is, okay, how did that make you feel? And then you go on explaining why that is unacceptable without using the word narcissist. You can use the words like punitive, vindictive, manipulative, neglectful, abandoning, selfish, and then help them see things through your eyes. To what end? So that you could empower them. Empower them to take a stand, even if taking stand does nothing, because they may be powerless in the situation. How can you empower them? By asking open-ended questions like, okay, if something like this happens next time, how could you respond? What would you say? Now, how is that training a narcissist? Basically, you are exposing them without exposing them. It's like, oh, I know what your game is and I'm going to destroy it. They are going to see you for who you are so that you do not alienate me. Even if you try, they will know what they are doing and they won't believe you easily. I call it fighting them indirectly, fighting them through your children while simultaneously empowering them to become their own persons. That was number five, and I hope you found this episode insightful. If you did, let me know in the comments. With that, let's bring this to an end. Thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.